All right, very good evening to you. Welcome to Late Night Talk. My name is Kofi Bartels. I'm glad to be here with you tonight on Late Night Talk, 9 p.m. And Late Night Talk is on your screen, be it your laptop or your mobile phone. I think a lot of people listen mostly on their mobile phones every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I'm so excited to come your way today. Guess what? I have a fresh set of guests for you on the program tonight. I have a fresh set of guests for you on the program tonight. And who is the fresh set of guests? You know the guests. You know the guests. Trust me, you know the guests. That guest is you. The guest is you. You're the one who are going to tell me on the phone if you'd like to do that, or in the comments what you think about the Niger Delta Development Commission. God, I'm tired of talking about the NDDC. I am tired of talking about the Niger Delta Development Commission. Yes, because every single time that I have had reason to discuss the Niger Delta Development Commission in the media, as a host of a program, it has been for one word: financial misappropriation, a term. Financial misappropriation, be it alleged or proven. And sadly, today is no different. Today, in fact, I need to mask up. I need to wear my mask because of what I'm about to discuss today. It's unfortunate. It really is. It's not there. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Really is unfortunate. But well, here we are. So if you're listening, please get ready to call, and you can start calling right now, or you just type a comment if you don't want to call. But I'd love it if you call me. 080-620-99556. Let's welcome those online. I'd like to see those who are online as we speak. 080-620-99556. I'll take it again. 080-620-99556. One more time. 080-620-99556. We'll talk about that and also talk about the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But I'm in Port Harcourt as I speak. I'm in the Niger Delta. It's not in my room, sorry. It's in my car. Please be attentive. It's in my car. I tried to tell you the first time. So, I was online, and as I said, in the Niger Delta. And sorry about that. I apologize. Trying to pass some information across to those who are here with me. We're in the Niger Delta. I'm reaching you from Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt is sort of, the unofficial capital of the Niger Delta. So I'm assuming that a lot of you who are watching me right now are in the Niger Delta or from the Niger Delta, majority. Then, if you're not in the Niger Delta or from the Niger Delta, majority of you are watching me in Nigeria or from Nigeria. And you have, I'm sure, an interest in how your funds are spent. How do you feel each time you hear about financial recklessness being associated with the Niger Delta Development Commission? How do you feel each time you hear about financial recklessness being associated with the Niger Delta Development Commission? I'd like to read a tweet that was put out by the Senate President Ahmed Lawan. So let's go to Ahmed Lawan's Twitter handle, or I think it's Senate President. That's what it's called, NGR Senate President or something like that. So I'm just going to read to you at SP Nigeria, or sexual President of the Senate. He has 69,000 followers. I'm just going to read to you what he said. And then, after reading that to you, I'll give you a background to the story. And then I will take your thoughts. All right. So get ready to call 080-620-99556. I saw this from the Senate President earlier today. Press statement. Allegations of financial recklessness in NDDC unacceptable. Lawan, being the Senate President. Allegations of financial recklessness in the NDDC unacceptable. Lawan, that's the Senate President. So let's read the thread. He says, and I quote, President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan has said that the allegations of financial recklessness and misappropriation of funds leveled against the Interim Management Committee of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, are unacceptable. Hence the decision of the Senate to investigate the activities of the Commission. Lawan said this in a speech delivered on Thursday. It's his handle, it's his Twitter handle, but they're just copied and pasting his statement, so don't get me wrong. Lawan said this in a speech delivered on Thursday to declare open an investigative public hearing by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on the investigation of the alleged financial recklessness in the Niger Delta Development Commission. The Senate President, who underscored the need for the prudent application of public funds by ministries, departments, and agencies of government, emphasized that the same had become imperative in view of scarce income at the disposal of the federal government. This is what the Senate President said, Mr. Ahmed Lawan. I'm still going to read some more. Okay, so moving on. Or, yes, I'm still going to read some more, not moving on, actually. So it says, this is the reason we have always highlighted the need for prudence in the application of public resources. The time when public resources are seen as nobody's resources is long gone. We are in trying times when we all have to be concerned about judicious use of scarce resources, he says. The NDDC is an important statutory agency that is supposed to improve the lot of the Niger Delta community. It is therefore unacceptable to hear about the inappropriate use of resources or outright financial recklessness, Lawan said. So that statement, that's his quote in that statement. He was quoted, and then the statement came as a report, Ladies and gentlemen, so that was the Senate President speaking as he inaugurated or declared open an investigative public hearing by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee investigating alleged financial recklessness in the Niger Delta Development Commission. And I can pick a few things from what the Senate President said. But this being an ad hoc committee, of course, it means that they just set it up for the purpose of investigating this allegation of financial recklessness in the NDDC. It's not like they're a statutory committee. No, they're just ad hoc. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of constantly having to discuss issues to do with financial recklessness in the Niger Delta Development Commission. So what do you think about this, about what we're saying right now? Feel free to call or drop your comments in the comments section. The number to call is 080-620-99556. 080-620-99556. And you can have your say. I want to say good evening to all of those who are watching me on the stream right now. And if you're watching, please do well to share this stream so that others who are on your timeline can be a part of the conversation. Those who are your friends on Facebook can also follow what we're doing. If you're watching on Facebook, that is. If you're watching on Twitter, please retweet. If you're watching on Facebook, please share this post. If you're watching on YouTube, you can share the post as well. If you're watching on Instagram, welcome. You can repost. I think that's the way to say it on Instagram. And if you're watching on Facebook, please, apart from sharing the post, please like my page, follow me, invite your friends to like my page and follow me as well. Also click the notification button that pops up as you're watching this live stream. There's a notification button that will pop up on your screen, or you might see it somewhere. Search already if it doesn't pop up, and click that button on Facebook so that each time I go live, you'll be notified. If you're watching on Twitter, retweet the post. Also comment as well. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, drop a comment, please. And on YouTube, drop a comment as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube, etc., etc. All right, we're live on Instagram, I'm told. So I'd like to welcome my Instagram community. Thanks for your time. It's not too easy to see me on Instagram because of the rules they have with the dimensions. Okay, but we'll try and manage and look for a solution later as one comes up. So I'm tired of constantly having to discuss financial issues as far as the NDDC is concerned. I'd like to read your comments, so please feel free. I'd like to say good evening to Basio2.jp. Good evening, sir. He says, very ridiculous as the impact of such so-called expenses was not felt by the people. Prince Ulukere says, fantastic evening to you. Thank you very much, Prince Will. Idris Adamu says, well, it all depends on the people of this region. Maybe they should ask if they felt any impact of the money spent so far. Rev Ken Ogbunehu, good evening to you. Momta Philip Nukebari says, where was such amount spent? That is the question I was hoping someone would ask. Where was such an amount spent? We'll come to that. Where was such an amount spent? Maybe on their families, because people in my area are dying of hunger. We'll let you know. We'll let you know where they spent such an amount. So that is what the Senate President said. Look at this. He says, see, allegations of financial wickedness are unacceptable. Unacceptable against the NDDC. Unacceptable. Financial recklessness, misappropriation of funds. They're unacceptable. They've had the time to go through the audit. So this event at which the Senate President gave his speech, please follow me, was a public hearing on the investigation. They committed or conducted an investigation, and this is part of the investigation as well, but there are all other reports that are being considered in this public hearing. And he said something. The Senate President said something. He said that the NDDC was created to better the lot of Niger Deltans. To better the lot of Niger Deltans. Improve their lives. Improve, their living conditions, living standards. He says that financial recklessness, if it should have happened at any time, it shouldn't be now. That this is a time when ministries, departments, and agencies in the Federal Republic of Nigeria need to be prudent in the use of money, of funds. Because that now, more than ever, there are scarce resources available to government. Nigeria is running a deficit budget, which means the government is borrowing to fund the budget. The government is borrowing to fund the budget. And so this is not the time, if ever there was any time, to spend government money recklessly. And so far, the NDDC has been accused of spending money recklessly. And this is what the Senate ad hoc committee on the investigation of the alleged financial recklessness in the Niger Delta Niger Delta Development Commission hopes to get to the bottom of. No be small thing, no. No be small thing. Okay, so let's go to what the allegations are. My oh my. They say something must kill a man. I was reading comments on Twitter. And someone said that hush puppy they learn walk where NDDC they. I was reading on Twitter. Someone said hush puppy they learn walk where NDDC they. I don't know if you all agree, but let's just go over to Twitter. See him. Daily Trust with this headline. The Senate on Thursday said it had uncovered how the interim management committee why was the interim management committee appointed in the first place? Took oh my God. So should we scrap the NDDC? Let's read. The Senate on Thursday said it has uncovered how the interim management committee of the Niger Delta Development Commission shared the sum of 1.5 billion naira amongst staff and the Nigerian police. But what I read in some other paper, they're talking about 3.14 billion naira for palliatives. But the one they spent amongst their staff was 1.5 billion naira. Coronavirus started in December as a pandemic. In their accounts, they're saying that they spent that amount of money between October last year and this year. And someone's asking on Twitter, I read a comment on Twitter. Person said, when the coronavirus started, that they are spending such amount of money on palliatives. Let's go. Let's read some stories. This headline from Premium Times. We used 1.5 billion naira to take care of ourselves. NDDC. The MD of NDDC said this. Says we used 1.5 million naira to take care of ourselves as COVID-19 palliative. It's what the NDDC MD is saying, that the commission that was saddled with the responsibility of attending to you, Niger Deltans, said they wanted to they did palliative for themselves first. The people in Harold Dapabiri house, they refused to even rent or complete their own headquarters. And you know how much they pay as rent for this headquarters for how many years? They were put there to take care of Niger Deltans, but instead they're taking care of themselves. My people, send in your comments right now. If you'd like to call me, feel free to call 080-620-99556. 080-620-99556. Momta Philip, you're asking me, where was such an amount spent? Maybe on their families, because my people in my area are dying of hunger. My brother, you see them now. You see them. They said we used 1.5 billion naira to take care of ourselves, we are in NDDC, as COVID-19 palliative. So a whole NDDC gave themselves COVID-19 palliative. In the Boski Bahose. This one is real in the Boski Bahose. So please call 080-620-99556, and also please share this post. How does it make you feel if you're a Niger Deltan or Nigerian? How does it make you feel when such an agency or commission that was set up with the responsibility of bettering the lot of the Niger Deltans is constantly being how did I put it now? It's constantly being associated with financial recklessness. I don't get it. Is it a Niger Delta thing? Maybe. I don't think so. I would not like to think it's a Niger Delta thing. But it reached to ask. Because we hear presidential amnesty initiative, amnesty for militants, scandal. And that is headed by Niger Delta. And we hear NDDC, scandal. This interim management committee was inaugurated on February 20, 2020. You know, as an enlarged interim management committee when they replaced Joy Nunez of River State. When they replaced Joy Nunez of River State, they brought in this interim management committee of the NDDC. And the new MD was and is Professor Keme Bradikumo Daniel Ponde. Professor Ponde. You know, you have a lot of other people there as well. So they were there, put there to manage the forensic audit that was being conducted into the operations of the commission as directed by Mr. President himself. This interim management committee of the NDDC were put there, and there was a lot of back and forth. John Lee was not, was she going to leave? Should she go? Then also people came up and said, what is there anything in the books that said they can have a national, an interim management committee? Is it known to their statute or to their act or to whatever, to law? Blah 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 blah. Interim management committee to go through forensic audit and all that. And a lot of people said, okay, fine, yes, the NDDC needs to be probed. Okay, we need to have an audit of the finances of this body because government has pumped a lot of money into the commission, and we need to know what has happened to this money. So, even the minister of the Niger Delta, former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Godswill Akpabio, he, during the inauguration of the expanded committee, because there were initially 3 in the IMC, and the president told Akpabio to expand them to 5. So on February 20, 2020, these expanded 5-member interim management committee were inaugurated by Akpabio. Akpabio charged the committee to cooperate with forensic auditors to audit the operations of the commission as directed by Mr. President. Okay? So they were to work hand in hand with the forensic auditors to audit the operations of the NDDC. And those who were put there to take care of this process, to midwife this process, are now embroiled in a financial fiasco or allegations of financial misappropriation. Well, so during this public hearing at the Senate, what did Professor Ponde say? What did Professor Ponde say? Or should we start from what they actually were said to have misappropriated? Let's go. So, 3.14 billion naira was spent on palliative. 3.14 billion naira. And someone is watching me today and saying, he's commented, he said, we've not seen anything in my area. People are going hungry in my area. Which kind palliative? Let's go. Vanguard says that the interim management committee gave, out of that money, 475 million naira to the police to buy face masks and hand sanitizer. They gave 475 million naira to the police to buy face mask and hand sanitizer. NDDC. 475 million naira to buy face mask and hand sanitizer. They spent 1.3 billion naira on community relations, 1.95 billion naira on Lassa fever, 23.8 billion naira for consultancy. I like calling this big amounts of money because it'd be like saying I made a traveling money. 85.6 million naira on overseas travels. We'll look at that overseas travels. It's something you'd love to hear. But the NDDC is accusing the lawmakers, the senators, of hijacking contracts. And also, Senator Godswill Akpabio refused to appear at the investigative hearing. My oh my. My oh my. But they're saying that because the whole amount is about 40 billion naira, they're saying that not one single kobo is missing and not one single kobo was misapplied, is what they're saying. So let's look at what Professor Ponde said, the head of the Interim Management Committee and acting managing director of the NDDC. Professor Keme Bradikumo Ponde, he admitted that the commission spent that 1.5 billion naira on its staff as COVID-19 palliative or COVID-19 relief funds. 1.5 billion naira. So the Senate has spent about 3 months, going over this 40 billion naira, or the commission rather, NDDC has spent in the last 3 months, spent over 40 billion naira without recourse to established processes of funds disbursement. This is according to the Senate or the lawmakers. So they're saying that 40 billion was spent without recourse to the established protocol or processes for spending or disbursement of funds with such an MDA. They're also faulting the IMC's arbitrary use of executive power in an alleged wrongful sacking of management staff without recourse to established civil service rules. We're not interested in that. So let's look at that. Part of the audit report read by the chairman of the committee, Olubunmi Adetumbi, said 3.1 billion naira was spent as COVID-19 funds now this is the one that also shocks a lot of people. They spent as I earlier said, the 3.1 billion naira as COVID-19 funds between October 2019 and May 2020. October 2019 and May 2020. When was Joy Nune relieved? I think Joy Nune was relieved in February 2020. I think so. Or thereabout, or December 2020. I need to check. But this current interim management committee is saying that they started spending money on COVID-19 palliatives or COVID-19 fund from October. Now, someone on Twitter, I came across a very interesting comment on Twitter. And I want to read it. I hope I can still find it. Okay. A certain Chijoke on Twitter said, and I find this tweet very interesting. He says, NDDC in their audit report claimed they spent 3.1 billion nairas COVID-19 palliative from October 2019 to May 2020. And 1.5 billion of that sum was used to take care of themselves. Out of the 3.1 billion, to use half for themselves. COVID-19 was only made known to the world in December 2019, and the campaign and measures against it started. It says on March and April 2020, for most countries and cities, they started the campaign and measures against it in March at the earliest, and April at the latest, 2020. He says, how come the NDDC started their own COVID-19 measures and campaign in October 2019 and had been spending palliative money since then to protect themselves? It means NDDC has been aware of COVID-19 existence before Wuhan in China. That'll be small thing, no? My brothers and sisters, here we are. Here we go again. If you want to call, please feel free to call and have your say. 080-620-99556. I'm just going to put that up again because I'd like to hear from you. If you want to comment only, then that's fine as well. But if you want to call too, that's also fine. Our phone is here, so when you call, we'll just route you on to this live broadcast. 080-620-99556. The matter? No be small matter. I'd like to welcome those who are just joining this stream, and please share this post so that your friends on your timeline can watch and it can be a part of our conversation. Thank you very much. Okay, some comments coming in here. I think I've read from Basil Tudor. I've read from Prince Will Okere. I've read from Idris Adamu. I've read from Rev Ken Obunehi. Momta, I think I've answered the question. Where did they spend the money on? Anderson Mazambolos, good evening to you. Thank you very much. Rev Ken Obunehi, who says NDC has been a sad story all along. Yes. Okay. Prince in Wachiko, good evening to you. I hereby, Daniel Wanatoy says they had to give themselves palliatives first. Kai, it is well, oh. My brother, no be small thing. Tammy Tam says, wait for NDDC. This is just the beginning. Okay, it seems there's a call coming through. Hello, good evening.
Good Good evening, Mr. Kofi Bartels.
Thanks for joining us. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
My name's Dr. Anderson Mazambolos Namdeobar. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Oh, I think I just read a comment. Nice to have you on the program. Thanks for calling in. Yes, please.
Thank you so much for the great. Thanks for the great work you've been doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I just want to air my mind that you see what is happening in Nigeria. It's a whole loss and a razzmatazz. And we are having mothers raising children turning into gorillas. And our world just keep being PC as hell. People tell lies from the rise of the sun to the fall of the moon. It's so mind-boggling that in this time, people could spend money in air without account. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. It's disheartening. I'm depressed hearing this. And it's so unfortunate.
What do you think? What do you think is the solution to this perennial issue of misappropriation of funds? Should NDDC be scrapped? Is it a relevant agency?
I don't think they should. I think they should just bundle the whole of those sets and everything and throw them in hell.
Okay. Why do you think we keep happening these things? I mean, it's not just the NDDC, my brother, Mazambulos. It's also, for instance, Presidential Amnesty Initiative, one scandal after the other. Is it a Niger Delta thing, do you think, or is it just a thing about the Nigerian system, or what?
I think it's the whole thing that has to do with the Nigerian system, whereby the head of the fish is rotting. Definitely, it gets to the whole body. So I think it's just a competition on reels, who gets what and everything, and who takes what and how influential you are. And they feel because nothing can happen. And so that's where we are, with the whole lot of things happening, with the saga, Nigeria being blackmailed everywhere in the world. Here the government cannot just even running a budget on deficit, and this is how people are spending money without recourse to human sensitivity, without recourse to human life. It's so disheartening that this is coming from the Niger Delta. So disheartening. But what can we do? And I think we just have to rise and take our feet on our hands. And I think bundle that whole lot of sets and everything and throw them into hell.
This has been a region, a part of the country that's been really, really marginalized, underdeveloped in many parts because despite the oil wealth and the contribution of the Niger Delta to the wealth of Nigeria, we've not seen a commensurate development of the area. Now, I want to read to you before you go, my brother, a tweet that someone put up on Twitter, and I want to find if you agree with this point of view. His name is Mr. Odans, and I saw his tweet, and I had to, copy it aside. He says Niger Deltans will spend all day talking about how the North steals their oil money to the disadvantage of the South. He went on to say, but they rarely talk about how the elites of the Niger Delta also loot the oil money when given the opportunity.
I think this opinion is right from all sincerity of purpose, and I think we've missed it. I think the NDDC has gone amok on ideas than what we had that time when we had the man to me alive that was driven with a mastermind of ideas. We had transport scheme. You could walk the aisle of the street of the Niger Delta. You see assisted mass transit.
Yes, those
you see people in schools and everything with notable evidence. Really in the streets of River State, down to Imo, Ondo, and Co. Scholarships overseas. But now what we have here is the reals. It's just who gets what. The bigger the size of your brother, the bigger the size of respect you are called. And who gets much and who steals much and everything can defend themselves. So I think it is a country whereby everybody points hands at each other. The Senate is also wagging their tongue there and everything with their own escapade. Just the approved 21 billion naira and everything just to renovate a building that was built by 7 billion. That's over 1,000% of appropriation from the original cost of inception. And we are talking about the NDDC here spending money since October. And so that means they invented COVID-19, telling us this. And so it's just unfortunate. and that we are having this set of gorillas at the end of our fair. So for me, I think we just expect that whatever comes, that the president handles and bubble these people and throw them out. If they should go serve J-times. There's no difference from what we are hearing from Hush Puppy overseas. Okay? There's no difference from this. This is even mind-boggling. The whole nation is just so embroidered in the ras matter. Where are we going to? Where are we going to in this country?
Unfortunate.
What have we soon become, my greatest friend? You know, everyone turns their back on Nigerians. Nigerian.
Interestingly, Mazambulos, these guys were appointed to midwife the cleansing or the probe or the audit, forensic audit of the commission. They were put there to ensure that everything goes smoothly, and now this. It's a funny country whereby we see professors are now back in the scheme. Professors cannot real mathematics again, even on an election speculation. They can't give accurate results. Everybody is influenced. It's about who gets what. People just come into an interim committee and everything is just about how to sign money and get vouchers, raise vouchers, build houses and everything, and just get away. And I don't think, because with what is happening, where do we start from? Where do we start from? How do we start judging this? Quite unfortunate. Mazambulos, I want to thank you very much. So you're saying the solution is not to scrap the NDDC?
I think it will do us a bad thing scrapping the NDDC. That for me would not be an option to lead. I think from the inception, I think we missed it by not setting a KPI, a key performance index, and streamline actions and every evidential actions and everything, things that are streamlined and notable, implemented time and feasibility on what to do, milestone on everything. These things are simple. Marry every project of the Niger Delta to every bank. Send of forensic auditors and everything to monitor every point at each project. Put them on cloud. People can check in at any time and see. From a central command and everything, know how money is dispersed, who gets what, and who is doing what, company is doing what job. These are how things are done everywhere. You don't just give money to people and set up committee and everything, and so your management signs a voucher, and someone is defending him on Abuja and everything. What do you expect? 2023 is coming and everything. They're just marrying this money, piling it somewhere and everything for who gets what sponsorship and that. I'm not doing what happened. Because this thing cannot happen and everything if people are not actually shouldering these activities. You cannot tell me that 3 billion disappeared. Come on,
in fact, they're probing 40 billion, but they're saying the commission spent 81 billion in 8 months from Joy Union's time, but 20-something billion, and then to Professor Ponde, 50-something, about 56 or 7 billion.
Mr. Kofi Bartels, what is the size of Togo's budget? Do you know the size of Togo's budget? Or Lome here?
An interesting choice.
Or a country of Liberia. Over 6 million people with all the wonders, and look at the money that can turn here to a mini Dubai overnight. 81 billion.
In 8 months.
That can turn those place and everything to a construction site in the whole of the Niger Delta.
Absolutely.
We are not talking about what it will be like. No legacy project for the whole of NDDC. We can't talk about the complete dialysis center for the 9 Niger Delta state of the Federation.
And they said they spent money on
COVID-19. We can't beat our chest. We can't beat our chest for a 200 kilometers. Even no legacy project, nothing to show since the inception of Niger Delta. And we talk about how we want to, get to the skies and everything. Well, men are becoming flesh for themselves. I think it's just the cost of whereby the fathers are eating sour grapes and the teeth of the children are being set on the edge, on the trenches. I think heaven left this place a long time ago, and I don't think the sun will ever shine here again.
Well, Zambilos, I want to thank you very much. It's really heartbreaking that with so much resources coming through this part of the country, There's nothing to write
Thank you
home.
for the great work and everything, and thank you for being a voice and standing for to speak the truth.
Thank you.
We pray that the good Lord continue to guide and strengthen you, because it's not easy.
Amen.
You will be tried, you will be threatened, but please keep up the great work.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bazambulos, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and keep watching.
Have a great night.
You too. Okay, so please keep your calls coming through. 080-620-99556, 080-620-99556. I want to say good evening to those who are just joining the stream. Please share this post. If you're watching. Also, hit the notification button or bell, depending on how you're watching this thing, so that each time I go live, you can be notified, and you can join in as well. I'm on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from about 9:30 p.m. We have another call coming through. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Kofi Bartels.
Thanks for your time. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
Okay, my name is Mr. George Wijian. Okay. I'm calling from Ozoba.
All right, Mr. Wijian, thanks for joining us. Mr. Wijian, how do you feel hearing that in 8 months the NDDC spent 81 billion naira? Of that amount, they spent 3.14 billion naira on COVID-19 palliative, and that amount was spent between October 2019 and then this year, October 2019 and May 2020. And that out of that amount, they spent 1.5 billion naira on COVID-19 palliatives for themselves.
Mr. Kofi, it's quite disheartening, and it's so pitiable to Nigerian government that this is happening in a time as this. I wonder how the federal government, or what yardstick they use in measuring or selecting people that they put in the board of NDDC. It's so bad that we find ourselves in this kind of mess. And more to it is the fact that the rigors we go through in Nigeria to dispense judgments or convict offenders is so high. If you ask me, like one of your callers said, there's no point trying these people.
Really?
Bundle them, jail them. If it is, I don't know what. I just don't know. It's so bad. This is a situation that is itching. Kofi, as I'm talking to you, I dropped you a message on your live video. Okay. Sorry, my network is so bad here, and I'm unable to follow up live.
Okay.
I had to try to call. I dropped a message and I said, my wife, as I'm talking to you, is in the UK on scholarship, NDDC scholarship.
Okay.
And she left since January.
Okay.
The scholarship is worth $30,000, and as I talk to you, her tuition fee is yet to be paid alongside every other scholar. I'm not just talking about my wife. I'm talking about all scholars under NDDC scholarship.
She left this year?
She left this year, January.
Oh.
And she started studying, and before this COVID-19 thing broke out. I'm talking about not just my wife, every other scholar under NDDC scholarship, 2019 and 20. Of course, they are all 2019. Though her section started in January, some persons started in September. Those of them that started in September till date is over 9 months right now. Their tuition fee is yet to be paid. Their allowances, or what they call it, their upkeep is yet to be paid, Kofi. And we are hearing about this kind of amount being spent in frivolities. I mean, how did we get here, Kofi? How did we? We're talking about human capacity development as part of NDDC's program. You know, and then you asked that some students come write your exams, they wrote, they passed. You had a briefing for them, and you asked them. I mean, I spent my last couple, sold my land, sold my car, just to enable my wife get visa, paid her flight ticket. NDDC didn't pay 1 naira until the students started shouting and crying in March because of COVID. They couldn't go out to do their little menial jobs anymore. And then NDC had to now pay their traveling allowance, 500,000 till date.
500,000 naira.
500,000 was meant for their traveling allowance, which was supposed to cover for their visa. And
what would 500,000 naira do now that they've been there for all this while and they are stuck with COVID?
It is a question we should ask.
So how are they surviving? Because they can't even go out to work.
As I'm talking to you, Kofi, I'm not exaggerating. I'm pained. As I talk to you, the students there, they are suffering. They can't even go out to do the menial job they are supposed to be doing to help themselves because of the pandemic. As I talk to you, they are indoors, and you know this racism thing. I don't want to say much about it. Everybody is indoors. I mean, everybody is indoors. I follow them up because of my wife's presence there, and I hear them cry every day. They have gone to channels, and they have done a letter to Senate, and nobody is saying anything about it. They have done everything to tweet with NDDC boss, and he hasn't said anything about this. Some students who arrived in UK and their various schools in September are yet to be paid their upkeep and at least their tuition fee. The school has threatened consecutively to pull them out of the school. In fact, some of them have been locked out of their portal. They can't do the online classes that is going on right now. They can't log in, they can't access anything because they haven't been able to pay their fees, even if the schools are aware that they are being sponsored. As I speak to you, Kofi, they are just there. They can't go out. The job they do, of course, if you've been to UK, you know that the media job, most of the jobs you can find are these care jobs. And as I speak to you, nobody can do care.
Because of the pandemic.
Because of COVID-19.
Yeah. It's
and
unfortunate.
NDDC is doing nothing about it. And this is what we are hearing now. Embezzlement of funds, mismanagement of funds. Come on. And the federal government is just there.
Horrible. And these guys were appointed to midwife an internal audit that was meant to, cleanse the agency or look at what they're spending.
Hello,
Yeah, I said these guys were appointed to.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me, please? Okay, sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Kofi.
Oh, yes. So these guys were appointed to, oversee an internal audit, forensic audit. And, I mean, what would expect that this would be the time that NDDC would not be, associated with any sort of allegation of financial misappropriation. What I would love to do is to have a chat with you, maybe inbox. You can inbox me on Facebook now, or when network becomes okay, and so that we can further talk about this, because it's unfortunate. These government guys would organize scholarships and send people abroad, like RSSDA and now NDDC and some state governments and all that, and they just abandon the students just like that. It's
I'm
crazy.
Telling you the gospel truth. My wife is involved. I mean, my wife is involved.
Really crazy.
I'm talking as somebody who is really involved in this matter. And rather than attend to this very salient issue that has to do with human life, they are there embezzling money. We read a lot of things about NDDC every day and we shed tears. Yet people are crying. Students, their children are out there. Nothing is being done. Some of these students, I can tell you, Kofi, they borrowed money from banks. They borrowed money from lenders, money lenders. I borrowed as well. I sold my Avalon. I sold my land. Thank God I'm an inquiry man. I sold everything. In fact, I had to start paying right now to ensure that this thing comes to pass. Do you understand? And nothing is being done. Some persons are crying, their lenders are keeping and piling up their interest by the day, and come on, Kofi, I will inbox you, please. I'm so pained that
it's
thank you for this discussion. I sincerely appreciate you. and I love so much what you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
And I pray and trust that God blesses you.
Amen. Amen.
So I will inbox you if you need me anytime, any day.
Yeah.
My house is a stone throw from your office. I can always come.
No problem.
But it's an issue. In fact, I've been thinking, how do we go about this? And then, oh, come on, Kofi.
Let me not bog you so
much with my issues.
It's well. I'm sure things will pan out, but it's unfortunate we all have to go. You have to go through this with your family. But I hope things pan out. But we'll talk inbox.
It's okay. Okay.
What's the name again, so I can look out for your message?
Mr. George Wejia C.
All right, sir. George
Wejia, thank you.
Thanks for calling, Mr. Wejia. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You see him? When I see him, you organize scholarship, and you told people to apply, and they applied, and some people made it through, and release money so they could fulfill the admission. They got there. Oh yeah, release money. Let's pay for whatever. And all you could give them was now their travel allowance of 500,000. They can't even work because of the COVID-19 pandemic. They have to stay inside. So little Bakpapa they would have done in UK to survive, they can't, and they're going hungry. It's unfortunate. If you're just joining us, thanks for your time. I'm asking you yet again allegations of financial misappropriation leveled against management of the NDDC. This is not the first time, not for this particular management, but over the history of this body. This is not the first time that we're having allegations of financial recklessness and misappropriation of funds being associated with the leadership of the Niger Delta Development Commission. I'm asking, is it time to call it a day as far as the NDDC is concerned? Is it time to say, blow the final whistle as far as NDDC is concerned? Because like Senate President Ahmed Lawan said, we shouldn't be hearing about financial misappropriation from a body, an agency saddled with the responsibility of developing the Niger Delta for Niger Deltans. And the headline, NDDC spent 3.14 billion naira on COVID-19 palliative, was put up by the Senate. That's what they said. Now the NDDC boss is saying, Professor Pandey says that they spent 1.5 billion naira as palliatives for NDDC staff, for themselves. So let's go back to what the man said again. And I want to welcome all of you who are here. As a matter of fact, that palliative money, fund spent by the NDDC was spent between October 2019, when coronavirus had not become a thing, and May 2020, which means they started spending that money, palliative money, before coronavirus became a thing. And, most countries, outside China, outside Asia even, started, spending money to fight coronavirus early part of 2020. So some are asking, how are they able to say that they spent COVID-19 money from October 2019? I'd like to read some of the comments before I go on. Queen Choma Walker, good evening to you. Queen Choma, how you doing? Thanks for your time. And thanks for joining in. Okay, Prince Umachiko, good evening to you. Aye Baye. Wanatoy says they had to give themselves palliative first. Kai, it is well. It'll be a small thing. If you're watching, please feel free to call 080-620-99556. 080-620-99556 to have your say on this allegation of financial recklessness or misappropriation in the NDDC yet again. Call 080-620-99556 to have your say. I'll read some more comments here. Okay, so where was the last comment I was reading? Okay, here it is. Ayabai said they had to spend palliative on themselves first. Kite as well. Timmy Tamps says, wait for the NDDC. This is just the beginning. Richard Spart says this one is one of the things that made me hate and stop listening to the news. The Icon Studio, how far? My guy says, you'll not kill me. Which one again be in the Boski Bahose? Ha 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 ha. This one this scandal is taken from the France Pannonian dictum. Maybe small thing. Grace Samadi, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Golden Thompson says, interesting program. Keep it up. Keep updating us. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Share this post, so please. And also hit the notification bell or button so that you'll be notified each time I go live. Just choose all. Clement Okudili Odili Ajaba says, yet my community in River State never received any palliative. I think you're saying palliative. When will all this stop? Blessing Football, my guy. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Anderson Mazambulos Eric, who just called us, says, what have we soon become in this country? Golden Thompson says we are finished. Monday God's Grace says headquarter of corruption, NDDC. Yeah. Tell me more. Israel the Minstrel, hello. Good evening to you. Nnamdi Oheri says it's conspicuously obvious that the NDDC has nothing to offer us. They have been looting ever since, and so the best thing is to shut down the commission. It's just a commission of looters. That's what I'm asking tonight. Should the commission be shut down? Should it be should we call it a day as far as NDDC is concerned, and just share the money to state governments, to state governors? Maybe we should share the money to state governors. Wiki, take your share. Thank you. That will not be on one page. It'll be they'll do advert, say thank you to the president in the entire newspaper. Okowa, take your share. Bayelsa, take your share. That would be a great way to use the money to affect the lives of the people. Give it to the state governors. Yes, no be so. Give the money to the state governors. Huh? More comments coming through here. Thank you, Nnamdi Oheri, for your message. George Wejia, okay, you just called. Says, as I talk to you, my wife is in the UK on NEDC scholarship with no tuition fee, no upkeep paid since January. Scholars that started in September last year are also yet to receive theirs. Some schools right now have locked some NEDC scholars out of their portal and have threatened to send them back. That's the online learning portal. Okay, we have a call coming through. Let's see who this is. Hello, good evening.
Good day, sir.
Good evening to you. Please turn down the volume of the video you are watching. I can hear myself. Please. Thank you.
Okay. Good day. I'm following your program right now.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, please go on. Go on.
Yeah, I am Mr. Friday Otobo. I'm calling from Igweche. I really love your program. I'm persons with disability.
Oh, okay.
What you are just saying is a very nice one. You see that the commission of NDDC, they have really done a lot of things to the people of the Niger Delta region. In fact, I don't know what to say. It's only God that will heal their commission. Because as persons with disability, we've been trying all we could to engage this commission so that we can have a better grant for this society. But these people, there is no way you can approach them that they will give you listening ear. Now
really?
Just look at what you are saying. Hello?
They don't give your persons with disability attention, maybe refund or nothing.
Yes, they don't give us attention. Even before this COVID, as this COVID-19, we try as much as we can to reach the appropriate authority, but nothing was given. You understand? Wow. So we just find it. I just love this program. I said, let me call to help to add my own view.
Because I know I've not heard much about persons with physically challenged persons and COVID-19 support. I don't think I've heard anything like that.
Sorry?
I said I don't think I've heard about persons with disabilities and COVID-19 support from any quarter.
Yes. Of course, they have not done anything pertaining that side. Wow. So right now, a lot of us were just homeless. In fact, it's only God that made this interstate movement to take place. Otherwise, we are just stuck in our homes, just praying for God. For now, nobody is really ready to give you anything. Nothing.
I know that there's a union or association And where the president, the leadership interfaces with the NDDC government, state government, and all that. You know,
of course, there is. You can even recall before this COVID-19,
Okay.
a lot of things has happened. When the former woman, the former acting MD, Mrs. Joy Nune, when we try to engage him, you can see what he does to us. He ordered the policemen to tear gas us. You know, they always picture us in a bad light. That when we go, we are violent. We do block the road and all that. But that is not what they're supposed to do. We are peace-loving people. In this COVID-19, I believe that really exposed their evil act. Just imagine that they are giving their staff 600,000 while the commoners, people of the Niger Delta, people with disability are just in their homes suffering and they don't care. Even the current the acting MD, Professor Daniel Ponde, we have his number. We'll be trying to call him severally to see how he can assist us. He is not doing anything. Just imagine. I pray let the appropriate authority do something about it. Otherwise, we especially with disability, we are not going to take it kindly because all of us we are part and parcel of this region.
My brother, I'm just overwhelmed or rather in shock and anger at the same time by what you're saying. That you were tear gas for trying to engage NDDC.
We were tear gas. At his predecessor, Mrs. Joy Ponde, the former acting MD.
Joy Nuni.
The same misappropriation of funds that he was removed. Now this one came in before this COVID-19, and nothing has been done for us. We have a program that we're supposed to be embarked on, but based on this COVID-19, things are just collapsed, and nothing to show for it that we are part and parcel of this region. We are just suffering. Go to the governors, and they're going to direct you to go to your LGA. Like me now, I base here in Port Harcourt, but my state is from Delta State. How can you expect me, where the state is already locked down, to go to Delta State to achieve something? Yes, sir. So these are the challenges we are just facing in this country.
You sound like you're part of the organization, association, or like leadership of the association or something.
Sorry, come again.
Are you part of the leadership of the association?
Yes. I'm a member of a committee that is set up. I'm a member of the committee, sir.
Okay, have someone or yourself, you can message me on WhatsApp, Facebook, so that I can.
Okay, I should message you now.
Yes, so I can interface with you.
Oh, okay. My name is Otobo Friday Otobo. Let me just message you now.
Message me now, so I'll just interface with you. Maybe we can have a discussion on this at some point in time, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right,
let me do that.
Mr. Tobo, thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Have a nice night. Okay. So there you have it. Here we go again. Okay. So this matter, no be small thing, no. I want to welcome those who are watching right now. Feel free to call 080-620-99556, 080-620-99556. NDC spent 3.14 billion naira on COVID-19 palliative, says the Senate. And the acting MD of the body of the NDDC, Professor Daniel Ponde, says that they spent out of that amount 1.5 billion naira to take care of themselves as COVID-19 palliative. Can you imagine? Okay, so the acting director of the National Development Commission, Professor Ponde, has admitted that the commission spent 1.5 billion naira for its staff as COVID-19 relief funds, or better put, COVID-19 palliative. He made this statement at the investigative hearing of the 40 billion naira corruption allegation against the commission. And the Senate had on May 5 set up a 7-man ad hoc committee to investigate the financial recklessness of the interim management committee of the commission. Now, the lawmakers said within the last 3 months, we're in July, June, May, April, May, June. thereabout. So within the last 3 months, the commission had spent over 40 billion naira without recourse to established processes of funds disbursement, which has opened up further suspicion among stakeholders of the Niger Delta. Now, Mr. Ponde, Prof. Saponde, and other delegates from the commission appeared before the committee for hearing, or on Thursday today for the hearing. Part of the audit report read by the committee chairman, Olubunmi Adetunbi, said 3.1 billion naira, like we earlier said, was spent as COVID-19 funds between October 2019 and May 2020. And someone asked on Twitter, like I read out, when did coronavirus start? When was the lockdown shut down? Or when was it declared a pandemic? That they started spending from October 2019. In the report, the lawmaker said 10 million naira was paid to one person, 7 million naira to two people. COVID-19 relief. 10 million naira to one person. Take. 7 million naira to two people. 5 million naira to three people. Then 148 people took 3 million each. 3 million. Then 157 people got 1.5 million naira each. Then 497 people got 1 million each. And 464 people were paid 600,000 naira each. This should be from the commission. So, of course, they'll be earning salary. Now, all of you who are not in government or in the NDDC, even if you still have a job, you have to go to work. They are paying you your salary. Are they giving you, say, we want to add more money to you? Whilst many in Nigeria are being asked to leave work, that we can't employ you again, please go home. Some are being asked to go home without any package whatsoever. Some, they'll say, okay, we are cutting down on your salary. We're cutting down your salary half pay or 40% or 30%, as the case may be. Some, they're not even paying them at all. They say, stay home. While you're staying at home, we won't pay you, but you're still our employee. When we resume, we can come back. NDDC staff are being paid well. They pay them well. If you work in NDDC, you're not paid beans. They're now on top of that. Okay, I'm not saying they are paid like, they pay them so much, but I mean, they're paid okay. It's not as if they're paid like, I'm sure they pay them standard. Okay, standard civil service. At least that's good enough. Now, on top of that, they have a job. They are not being fired because they're government, and they are being paid their monthly salary, lockdown or no lockdown. They're now getting an additional amount of money as, it's COVID-19 period, or may not just take. May not just take. See, I'm there. So the Senate committee said. Now, I'm not saying that NDDC they don't have a defense, because I read that out before now. And of course, since in a Senate, National Assembly, we will have to look at both sides and look with a shine our eye, like Obasanjo said. But this is not the first time that we're having such. And someone did mention that the last administration NDC, he said, they also had their issues as well. So, 3.1 billion naira as COVID-19 palliative or relief funds between October 2019 and May 2020. And the boss of NDC admitted to the Senate committee that we spent 1.5 as palliative for ourselves. As if. 080-620-99556. How many minutes have we spent, Seb? Let me check. Wow, 1 hour, 15 minutes. We have to move very fast. So, 080-620-99556. Should the NDDC be scrapped? Should they abolish the commission? Is it time to blow the final whistle on that, buddy? So, they're saying, now, between last year and this year, they've spent also a total of 81 billion naira. So, let's look at this. Out of the COVID-19 3.1 billion naira funds, 10 million naira was paid to one person, 7 million naira to two people, 5 million naira to three people each, 148 million naira, people took 3 million, 157 people took 1.5 each. 497 people got 1 million, and 464 people were paid 600,000 naira each. Now, I want to ask you people, if you're in the Niger Delta, in your community, have they received anything called NDDC palliative? I'd like to know. People in the Pobo were struggling and were crying. Bonnie were crying and lamenting and wailing. They said they were going hungry because they couldn't go out to buy food. Food supplies are not coming in. They couldn't get water. In Port Harcourt, people were crying of hunger. Has NDDC gone out to any community, in your community rather, to say we are spending X amount of money to provide Y amount of palliatives to the people? And they're giving themselves first. That is, you are put there to help people. That's your job. They pay you for that. You're put there to improve the lives of, to develop the Niger Delta. But instead of developing the Niger Delta, you say, first, let's develop ourselves. Let's provide palliatives for ourselves. And then they spent, out of that 3.1 billion naira that they spent from October last year to May this year, they spent another 475 million naira. They gave that money to the police. They gave it to the police to buy face mask and hand sanitizer. Oh my God. To buy face mask and hand sanitizer, no problem. But what about the Niger Delta people? What about the Niger Delta people who you put there? Where are all the Niger Delta activists? Where are they? Where are all the freedom fighters? Where are they? Where are the politicians where are they? They can't talk because some of them, a lot of them, have been part of the system. They don't chop from there, so they can't talk. Have you wondered why all those political juggernauts are not shouting about stuff like this? Have you wondered why all those people, when it's time for election, they come out and say, vote for me, are not shouting about this thing going on in the NDDC? Are you wondering why all those freedom fighters and militants and all those guys are not shouting about these things? Have you wondered why all those activists and human rights, Niger Delta rights agitators, Kofi, you like trouble. All those Niger Delta activists are not shouting about stuff like this? Why? Their silence is loud. Why? Someone said the greatest enemy of the Niger Delta over the past few years has been those elites who have been placed in positions of responsibility to manage the commonwealth of the Niger Delta funds, the small way they come, whether it's 13% derivation or NDDC or Ministry of Niger Delta, to manage that one to develop the lives of the people. Look at the roads they're doing. Look at the roads they did. They don't last. How am I? Oh my. So they spent 475 million naira on police for face mask and hand sanitizer. If you want to call, we are out of time. I want to read some messages before we go, but feel free to call 080-620-99556. Who is the real enemy of the Niger Delta? Some might ask. Is it that we don't have, because it happens a lot. We hear, scandal in NDDC. This person has taken this amount of money, blah, blah, blah. So is it that we can't get people from Niger Delta to man offices, and then we don't have anything in NDDC or, Presidential Amnesty Initiative, resembling financial misappropriation allegations? I'm asking for someone. Jerry Freeborn says, please, can we call for census through the Niger Delta to know those who collected the money, who collected from the money? Because I'm trying hard to wrap my head around how that huge sum was spent. Meanwhile, NDDC is still existing in a rented building. My brother, no be small thing. Pius Uwakayeme says, how, please? If you ask me, how I'll ask. Jima Belema says, it's unfortunate. Or Bialima. I got that right. Friday October says, and when people with disability come to their gate, they'll order the police to tear gas us. We're still watching the drama. Oh, okay. I'm sure the one who called earlier. Jima is back, says arrest and prosecute those involved in this conduct. Are we sure when they arrest them, we'll not be doing our brother, our sister? Yeah? I'm sure people will protest. The people from the community of the person who is leading or who is being arrested or prosecuted, they will go and block the road. They will protest, so they will blow a pipeline. Joseph Inni says, from where did they spend the money? How did they spend the money? Lies, he said. Ima Harris says, can you imagine what money is being spent unaccounted for in this our country? It's really unfortunate the situation we find ourselves in. Kofi, when the table shall be shaken, let no pity be extended to the players of this unfortunate games they are playing, because I know in my spirit that it will. When, how, and by who is what we can't tell for now. Okay, but my brothers and sisters, how about the people of the Niger Delta rise up and say enough of this nonsense? That yes, indeed, we've been shouting and crying marginalization, by, the rest of the country is against us. But we also need to ask ourselves questions. It's not just about when somebody from your community in the Niger Delta is appointed to head NDDC, you go and then you celebrate and jubilate and go and hang banners on the fence and say, oh, we the youth of this or that community, or the people of, we welcome our son, welcome our son or our daughter. We thank the president for making him or her head of any. You celebrate. What about calling them out? When will the people of the Niger Delta call out these persons who are stealing your money and say, hey, and disgrace them? Let the chiefs call them to the village and come and answer. Where's IYC? Where are all the militants? Where are all the chiefs? The paramount rulers, the kings? Where are all of them? It's your money. It's your money. Why are they not saying anything? People of the Niger Delta need to call these guys out. You need to call them out. Friday Otobo says, okay, you called. Thank you, Friday. John Peter says, corruption everywhere under this government, from EFCC to NDDC, yet they are proud fighting corruption. NDDC should be shut down now because it is used for political settlement of cronies. Okay. Queen Shoma, thank you very much for your comment. Good evening to you. Okay, congrats on your show. It's really insightful. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Akosia Stefan Kwabena, this is your last name, Longo, says, Kofi, greetings to you. Nadimata just a reason. Looting after looting, my brother. No be small thing. Looting after looting. Looting after looting. No be small thing. Ross Phillips Irim says, NDDC no dey Bonny Island. But Bonny Island, they Niger Delta now. Mr. Israel Berber says, even pictures I no see. Pictures of what? That's the palliative or what? My brother, not be small thing, no. The Icon Studio says, Kofi, do you see it? Disabled did not get palliative, but they spent 1.5 billion for themselves. You see where they will. Okay, my brother, not be small thing, no. So who did we offend? But we are keeping quiet. Robin Izu Jr., my brother, I missed your call the other day. I was here presenting the program when you called, and I forgot to call you back. I sincerely apologize. I'll make it up to you, Robin. Robin says, it's so sad we do this to ourselves. Now we they do ourselves, my brother. Now we they do ourselves. Friday says, I love this program. Please make our voice heard. We people with disabilities are very facing hard times now. We'll look for a time to talk about that. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you. Telema Allison says, that commission has since been turned to an ATM machine. Allison, no be small thing, no be small thing. At least let it be ATM in the communities in the Niger Delta now. Let it be ATM in them. No be small thing, no. Okay, Hope Edenado says DSS will be after you. No, they won't. AB George Apangolo says, good evening. Does it mean that there is no person that is not corrupt in Nigeria to head the sensitive offices, or is it that they don't know the right people who are sincere? My brother, no be small thing. A very good question you're asking. It's really appalling that even EFCC, NPF, NDDC, and all other agencies and their MDs and chairmen are end up looting. May God help us, my brother. God don't tire. 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 God don't God don't try to help us. He don't give us oil for our land. He don't give us gas, bracket there. He don't help us now. What do you want make him do again? What do you want make him do again? All these ones now fruit where we supposed plant. Make it grow, become seed. Now seed where supposed plant. Make it grow, become tree. Make that tree, they give us fruit from now to future generations. But when they chop the fruit, when they throw away the seed, or they chop the seed, yeah? It's like the goose that lays the golden egg. Just be taking it like that, forcing it out. It's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Let's read some comments from Instagram. Okay. Confink says NDC has been an agency for looting funds. Our Kont says NDC has always been a merry-go-round of institutionalized corruption. My brother, no be small thing, no. You know, it's really sad, really sad, really sad, really sad. So, responding to questions regarding the COVID-19 palliative paid to NDDC staff, the MD said, "Oh, Senate committee, only 1.5 billion naira was used to take care of our staff." Like I said, they paid their salaries. They are paid salaries. But it's only 1.5 billion. We took only 1.5. Only 1.5. Out of that 3.1 that you guys are talking about, only 1.5. He explained that the part of fund was for youth of the Niger Delta. Youth, have you received any money? He says the youth were given palliative to help cushion the effect of the pandemic on the people. The youth were idle, and to avoid violence, they were paid. 5 million for youth. 5 million naira for youth. 5 million naira for women. And 5 million naira for people living with disabilities in each senatorial district. Mr. Friday, I hope you're here. They said they spent that out of that 3.1 billion, spent only 1.5 only to take care of their staff as palliative, NDC staff, despite the fact that these staff are still being paid salaries. And he said the rest we use 5 million naira to empower youth or as palliative for youth. We use 5 million for women, and we use 5 million for people with disabilities in each senatorial district of the Niger Delta. Every state has 3 senatorial districts. Even if they used 5 million naira. Was it 5 million naira per senatorial district? Maybe it's 5 million naira per senatorial district. So, in Southern Senatorial District of Cross River State, the whole Southern, all the youth will share 5 million naira as palliative. Then, they themselves are paying themselves in NDDC. One person got 10 million naira. One person. In a Senatorial District or the Senatorial Districts in the Niger Delta, all the youth got 5 million. All the women got 5 million. One person in NDC got 10 million as his own palliative. Another 2 people got 7 million each. They are paying youth in Central Districts in Niger Delta 5 million. Me on a come share. And then in NDC, 3 people got 5 million naira each. 148 people took 3 million naira each. Who are we deceiving? Friday, I hope you are still on watching. They said they gave youth, disabled persons, 5 million per senatorial district, each senatorial district of the Niger Delta. Friday, October. You don't hear. So congratulations. So you've collected 5 million naira part of, and you're not telling me. Friday, October, why are you lying now? Friday, October, why are you lying now? But he's not lying. He says they have not gotten it. They went to protest at NDC. They were tear gassed. What did that contract? What's that contract? Hayakin Bartels, Hayakin told us yesterday. Flying contract. It was flying palliative. Not be small thing. Oh. They said they spent 5 million naira in each central district of the Niger Delta for youth. They spent 5 million for women and 5 million for people living with disabilities. And they only spent 1.5 on themselves. Billion on NDC as palliative. Don't be small thing. Oh. When asked by why the police was given 475 million, police get budget already. They gave the whole Nigeria police force 475 million naira money. Take when I go buy mask and sanitizer. Mr. Ponde said a request was made from the high command of the police, and the management took a look at it and approved it. You approved 475 million naira for the entire Nigeria police force to spend in buying face mask and hand sanitizer. A prof is saying they look at the request. Oh, they made a request from the high command of the police. High command. I'm sure that makes it better. High command. And a prof is saying the management looked at that request in these times. A prof, with all due respect to him. And he looked at it and he said the management approved it in these times. So the acting deputy director of projects, Cairo Ojobo, I need to make a correction. He actually said that the money was to buy the masks and the sanitizers for police in the 9 Niger Delta states. 9 Niger Delta states, not the whole country. That even makes it worse. So for 9 states, it's going to cost 475 million naira to buy masks. This federal government, baby. The people who you're meant to develop are there. The police is a responsibility of the federal government. And they requested that you should give them money to buy masks and hand sanitizer. Has the NDDC bought masks and hand sanitizers for the Niger Delta people? I'm asking, I don't know. And they said, okay, you be federal Pekin, but we go buy for you 475 million naira. Money. Sing with me. Africa money. I got the choke. No be small thing, no. I mean, as a chairman or managing director of the NDDC, I'll feel very ashamed to even say that we looked at the request of the police and just approved it in these times. Well, Niger Delta people, I'd like to congratulate all of you on the 5 million you received each senatorial district from NDDC as palliative. You who have received money, you are lying on my program that you received money. You have received, disabled people, you have received Friday, October, and you are lying on my program. 5 million each senatorial district for disabled people. 5 million each senatorial district for youth. 5 million each senatorial district for women. Men, you can go and hug transformer. Men know they ever get these things. If you say men, we don't need. Now, don't be small thing, no. Ruben Izu is back. He says, Ruben Izu Jr., the Kofi, the road from Mbiama, Agbo, Akio, Bologbo, and Okaki is abandoned by NDDC. Okay. My brother, wait first. Let them finish palliativing themselves. Don't be small thing. My brother. Should we talk about abandoned roads? Thanks for sharing, Izu. Oniso Kiana Cruz says, these things don't come as a surprise to me anymore. Oh, birthday girl. Should I report to you? My dear, it doesn't surprise you. You're right. Day Stephen Digbara says, so Derek Mene and Nsima Ekere were saints after all. This is funny. This is really funny. It's one funny die, I swear. This is really funny. It says, so Derek Mene and Nsima Ekere were saints after all. Chai. Now, well, in fact, today, someone was eulogizing and reminiscing on the former NDC, what's his name again? The one from Bayelsa, Timi Alaibe. Someone was reminiscing and, so the days of Timi Alaibe. Yes. Friday October says, okay, this is the fiscally challenged man who called. He says, ha, we didn't get any 5 million, Kofi. They there now. Who did tell you that one? No be small thing, no. No be small thing. No be small thing. They shared 1.5 billion. Gave themselves palliative, NDDC. So who is the one staff that got palliative of 10 million? Just take. It's just that they just get there and they feel they can just, spend. They need to have an approval process that goes all the way to maybe, I don't know, maybe someone in the presidency or Ministry of Finance, but that one too will now become another source to say, okay, settle me. One person got 10 million naira as palliative. Just take. You get salary, you get job, they pay you regularly, and we're better than a lot of Nigerians in NDDC, and they just say take 10 million. It's coronavirus period. Just take. 2 staff got 7 million each. Take. And 3 got 5 million naira each. That is what they said, they're giving to a whole central district. 3 people just shared it themselves. And 148 staff got 3 million naira each. I won't be surprised if tomorrow's NDC staff will come and say they didn't get anything. And a prof is telling that it's only. A prof is saying only. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. And he said that the money was given to NDDC staff as relief fund to ease the effect of the pandemic on them. People will get job, then they pay them money regularly. He says we have to take care of the staff who are also the representatives of the people from the 9 states of the Niger Delta region. They are representing the people. We have to take care of them. Well, how about the people who they are representing? Shame on you for saying that. Shame on you for saying that. Sorry. Shame. How can a prof say that, these people are the representatives of the people from Niger Delta states? We have to take care of the staff. They are representing the people from Niger Delta states. 1.5 billion. One person took 10 million. As palliative, go. 2 people took 7 million naira each. 3 people shared 5 million naira each. 148 staff shared 3 million naira each. 175 staff shared 1.5 million naira each. 495 staff shared 1 million. Prof Ponde, you were appointed to oversee a forensic audit process to try and make things right to the NDC, and you've gone there and messed things up. If all we are hearing is true, because you are quoted as saying these things to the Senate ad hoc committee investigating finances of your agency, that you spent only 1.5 billion to ease the effect of the pandemic on your staff who are salaried. And you said that we have to take care of the staff who are also the representatives of the people from the 9 Niger Delta states, because they are representing the people. It's unfortunate. I don't get it. The other man who was put in charge of, what do they call it again? With respect to you, sir, these are issues, and it's nothing personal. I don't know you, but I'm reading what you quoted as saying in the papers, and it makes no sense. Coming from a professor, it makes no sense. So how about the people they are representing? 5 million naira per central district for what? How are you even going to share it? What is the statistic? What is the statistic? What is the basis? You can't defend it. You are a prof, for crying out loud. The name professor in front of the title is for a reason. It's for a reason. How are you just going to say, East Central is 5 million? What is the statistic? Are they equally populated? This thing stinks. It stinks. I am embarrassed on your behalf, Professor Ponde, for you to say these things. What is the basis? What is the research? Where's the needs assessment that you did in all the central districts. No, we are spending you just say 5 million naira. Is it just writing it down? You're a professor, for crying out loud. And the other gentleman who was put there, nothing personal on him, the medical doctor, highly respected man. But we have profs going there. You also respected. I respect you too. I don't know you, but I respect you because I'm sure you have a track record. But this stinks, sir. Even I will not do something like, and I don't have a PhD. How can you say you're sharing 5 million naira per central district? What is the basis? How is it going to be shared? Who? What's the number of people? So what if one central district has 10,000 inhabitants? I'm just, hypothetically speaking. Another has 100,000 naira inhabitants. How are you going to balance that? This is indefensible. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Even the excuses given by the man, or what they spent with the police, and the excuses given about why they gave the police 475 million naira to buy face mask and hand sanitizer, is baffling. So simple. What is the basis? How? We received the request from the police high command, and we management looked at it and approved it. We gave the police the money. They gave the money to police high command, and they have not given us the record of how the money was spent. How can you say that, Prof? Come on, sir. Come on. This is not because, I don't think this is because you're not qualified. No, or you are prof in every right. But this is just somebody trying to make something that is so bad look good. Look good. Why don't we get people who get there and then they say, I'm going to leave this place with my name intact? And everybody who goes to NDDC nowadays to head the place will leave with his name in tatters. Amnesty Initiative, same thing. Name in tatters. Paul Borough, Professor Dokubo, scandal. NDDC, the other prof, scandal. Miss Nune, scandal. You, sir, now, scandal. I don't get it. What's going on? It's time the people of the Niger Delta called out their leadership, their leaders. Call them out and make demands on them. Are you seeing me moving? Click the screen. Touch the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to go. What's happening? Okay. I'll just take a break and I'll come back and then we would round up. Stay with me. Well, I think I would just rather have to just... I have to thank all of you for being with me. We have to go. My name is Kofi Bartels. Maybe I read some comments before we go. Let's see. Precious Amataberry says, global fraud. Defrauding continues, but very soon somewhere someone somewhere will answer for all these wickedness. Okay. Well, let's see. Ruben Izu Jr. says, COVID, this is total misuse of public funds. How can a man take 10 million naira, a whole central district which is getting 5 million naira? So sad, and I ask what is wrong with us as a people. And the man, Prof, was trying to justify it. That is what baffles me. Friday October says, Oga Kofi, these guys are fantastically corrupt. Something needs to be done about them, or we need to see and talk. Oga Kofi, inbox me, message me. All right, people, I want to go. I have to go. Time is fast spent, and I've overshot my time actually. But I want to thank all of you. Unfortunately, we had to end with myself going off and all that. But no problem. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday, for the final lap of late night talk. God bless you. God bless River State. God bless the Niger Delta. God bless Nigeria. But may una open una mouth. Call out these people. Call them out. Call them out. So this nonsense will end. Au revoir. Good night. Sleep tight. Have a nice night.